What is going on YouTube? But Great Blades here, and today I'm going to be reviewing something pretty special, at least I think it is anyways. So this knife is kind of a staple on the channel here, but it's a little bit of a more special version, we'll say. It's the QSP Penguin, but this one, if you can see here, is in full mokuti and titanium. I could just review the normal QSP Penguin here, or even I have, hold on here, a different version of the Penguin. Sorry, just a second here. Or I could review this one. This one has cross-cut Arctic Storm carbon fiber scale with titanium, and then I swapped out some of the hardware on it. I could also review that, but it's all more or less the same knife here, so I thought at least I'd make it a little bit more interesting and review the fancy version. I'm sure you guys can tell, but I do want to apologize. I am a little bit, I don't know if I'm sick or if it's just allergies, but you can tell this is not how I normally sound, and I do have a little bit of a sore throat and cough here, so if I have to, pause the video and edit out anything like that. I also do have some water off to the side here in case I need to drink any of that. But back to the review here. We'll start with a measurement on the overall size here. There it is. So measurement here, looking at 7 inches, pretty much on the dot. Blade looking at a little over 3, maybe about 3.1, and then just under 3 for the actual cutting edge there, maybe about 2.85 or 2.9 inches there on the cutting edge. Do a measurement on the blade stock thickness here. So blade stock thickness, looking at about 110 thousandths here. Pretty nice. And then we'll do a size comparison. I should have been better prepared here. Hold please. I don't really excuse me. Trying to find some other knives to compare it to, because I'll compare it to my 80-20.5 here with original goat scales on it. Link them down below. But then also, I was trying to think of another knife to compare it to, because normally I do the QSP Penguin, but obviously it's the same knife, so it's going to be the same size. Just what I have handy at the moment. Oops, sorry. Kunwuin Metal Complex Excalibur. This one's the prototype V3 that he lent me. It's a little bit on the dirty side because I've been using it, but we'll compare it to that too, just to give you a idea. We are at an angle here, so it is going to look more dramatic than it really is, but it'll still give you a little bit of an idea. So the QSP Penguin here, it's going to be smaller than both of them. It's a little bit closer in size to the 20.5, but it's quite a bit smaller than the Excalibur, if you do know how big that is. Do a comparison on the sort of blade stock thickness and carry profile here. So in terms of thickness, it is going to be thinner than the 20.5, and then compared to the Excalibur, it is thinner than that as well. It's not a very big knife, and at really any dimension. I mean, the thickest part, or the widest part, I should say, is probably about here, and we're looking at probably a little over an inch there, inch and a half or so. So it won't be a particularly difficult knife to carry. You won't really notice it too much. So this one, like I said, it's a different version. This one was a Caviso, or they used to be called Mastrop, but a Caviso special. So it's mokuti front scale here. Just want to show that off a little bit again here. Mokuti front scale, titanium show side scale, or sorry, lock side scale, and then mokuti clip as well. They also upgraded the steel. So originally the QSP Penguin is in D2. They upgraded it to S35 here for the more premium version, which makes sense. They also did release, they also did release a the same sort of variant here in the mini and the plus size as well. And when they did those after this one. They did the just the regular size one first, and there was some feedback on it. I know one thing, and this is one thing that I'll point out as well. I wish that they had included an option for a stone wash. The satin's nice, but I think a stone wash blade would have been nicer on this, and I believe on both the Mini and the Penguin Plus, there was an option to have a stone washed or a satin blade. So they did listen on that, which is pretty cool. So this is still made by QSP, so it is still made in China. It's just a collaboration piece. It's also a frame lock as opposed to a liner lock like on the original Penguin here. So that's also a difference. But it is more or less the same knife. It's just upgraded fancy materials. One thing I do want to mention is obviously that this is the more premium one, so this is going to be more expensive. So this is, or I should say was, they don't sell it anymore, at least not that I'm aware of. It was pretty limited, so you know, you either got one or you didn't. But it was $270 for this. So I mean, this is definitely more a piece for someone who's a collector. It's like I said, it's the same knife as the regular Penguin. It's not doing anything different other than the materials here. So if you're not a collector, this probably isn't the one for you. But since I am, and I do like the Penguin, like I showed off earlier, I have 3 of the same knife, just different materials. And I do want the Mini and the plus size as this as well. I've seen them floating around the secondary. I just never grabbed them when they first dropped. But I do want the Mini and the plus size in the mokuti, just to kind of round it out. And also because I haven't looked at the Mini or the plus size Penguin. But yeah, I mean, ergonomically speaking, it's pretty much just a straight line here, straight lines here. It's pretty comfortable. You know, it is a little bit of a thinner knife, but I don't have big hands, so it's not really an issue for me. There is jimping on the top side of the blade here, on this sort of, I guess we'd call it sheep's foot. Maybe you'd call it a Warncliffe. I'd probably call it more of a sheep's foot. It is flat ground, not hollow ground, but that's okay. It is still pretty thin behind the edge there. And this is definitely utilitarian. Not that I would use this particular one to, you know, do most of my cutting tasks here, but you could, if you so chose to. It would perform just fine. Sorry, this looks like I got a hair in there or something. What was I saying? Thumb studs are comfortable. It is just a thumb stud opener, no flipper, but they work very well. They're comfortable. You can forward flick it. You can reverse flick it. D10 is tuned for that. It's got pretty nice action on there. and there is a lanyard spot here if you so chose to do that. Not sure why you would, but you know, if you wanted to, you could. The clip is fine. I don't really carry this one truthfully, but the clip is upgraded. If we just, oops, sorry. If we just kind of compare it to the original one, oops, there you go. It is different. This one's got more of a upsweep kind of a build to it. This one's more flat. I find that this one's a little more comfortable. The few times I have carried this, it's a little bit better in my opinion. But other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same. I just realized I don't think I did a weight on this, so I'm gonna have to go back and edit that in. I'll just do it now. It's not really a big deal. It's whatever. Sorry about that though. So we'll do a weight on here. So we're looking at about 3.15 ounces. So it is going to be a little bit heavier. I'll just kind of weigh the regular one here just to show it off. Actually, it's not 3.25. That's surprising to me. I would have thought that it'd be heavier since it's mokuti, but I guess not. I guess with the micarta and the steel liners, I guess that does make this one a little bit heavier. As you saw, it was pretty marginal though, so it's really not that crazy. Yeah, I don't really think I have much more to say about this. I mean, excuse me, the QSP Penguin, you know, a lot of people kind of know about that knife, this knife, you know, at this point in time. The budget version is excellent, and they do have fancy versions if you so choose. I like the knife enough that I do actually like having multiple versions depending how and what I want to carry. But it's a great knife. The budget one, you know, great price. It's like $30, $20, something absurd like that. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else more to say. I mean, be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Penguin. I'm sure many people, you know, will reiterate the same thing I'm saying here. It's a great knife, and the budget one's a great price. It's pretty solid. If you do have the mokuti version, or just any of the other fancy versions that have come out, be sure to let me know down below and which version you have. Also, be sure to leave a like and subscribe because I'll be posting more videos as well. That'll be it. Take care. Bye.